Hello, everybody, and welcome to 48-hour art check round 97. Maddie's already in the chat, and she's just excited for the topic. Sweet. Emily's the most excited out of all of us. I'm excited, but anyways, without further ado, last art check was Thursday, right? Yeah. So what have you got done?
Let me share my screen. There we go. Okay, so I finished the Powerpuff Girls thing. It's like close-ups.
Oh my gosh.
I'm into it. Thank you. It's so much better than how it was before. Like I really did just need to like go back to the sketch and start over, and it worked way better because like Buttercup looked so strange in my first version, and I changed the black color, became much lighter, as you can tell by like her hair and stuff. Yeah, turned out great. I'm really happy with it. I've also been playing a crazy amount of Halo. So I drew Cortana, which is like the second main character, I guess, in that video game. But she's got like a ton of different versions. So like this is like my favorite one.
Whoa, that looks so sick.
Thanks. I've played with like all the like different effects in Procreate so much. So this is like just the normal version. This is with like part of the effect, and then there's a point in the game, like it's a series, there's like multiple games in this one, but like there's a point where she like starts to I guess malfunction, and so I have like that one. So she turns red. It's like showing that she's malfunctioning.
That looks so cool.
Thanks. So I'm gonna post like this one and this one together, and then I'll post this one and this one together.
Oh my gosh.
They look awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was like every now and then there's like a fan art thing where I'm like, I'm just gonna do it, and it just like I just whip it together in like an evening. So like I drew it all, and then I did the effects like the next morning basically, and yeah, and I've never like had like so many versions of something before. I almost never have versions of anything. I would say like never have versions of anything. But yeah, so that was fun. That's really fun. And then today I started more mermaids. So there's a sketch. So yeah, that's it. That's all I did.
That's all.
Well, the other versions took like it was way less time. So yeah.
All right, Kylie, what have you gotten done? Also, I have to run off screen really quick, but I can still hear you.
Okay. Enjoy your run. I've gotten done like nothing. This is all I've gotten done is just like a little bit. Oh, camera's over here. Of embroidery. I'm currently working on this fajita that my little brother made me a few days ago. I'm like a week behind on my embroidery. Oh. And for some reason I decided to do like, wait, I'm literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm on my 10th sketch of February. And I decided to go with a really complicated embroidery design. So that's pretty much all I've gotten done because I've been quite busy the past week. But yeah, at least I'm working on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last time
I also picked up my new iPad.
Yay!
So I actually did that even though I've been waiting like months to do it. I finally did it. Anyway, sorry.
I just remembered something else that I did. It wasn't in the thing. So I got commissioned for a new thing. So I started the contract for that. I'm gonna make somebody's tattoo.
Oh,
that's
so cool.
Their artwork
Dude,
my
if I
artwork
was already a
is gonna be on
tattoo,
their body.
I probably want an artist like you. Your stuff would look so cool on tattoos.
Well, the thing that's intimidating is it's a guy asking for me to do it. And so I'm just worried that it'll be not
Like too girly or
masculine
something?
enough, but
Yeah.
he's gotten artwork from me before. He knows what I make.
Yeah.
So
Be
I think
confident.
it'll be okay. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. There's a little bit of typography in there, which is just like more pressure.
scary.
Hey, don't mess this up. But yeah. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Yeah.
Okay, Kayla.
Okay.
For real now.
Yeah.
Everybody done.
Yeah, we're done.
I didn't get much done art-wise, but I did say that I was going to figure out my homework and get to a point where I can start a project. So I got a planner,
Yay.
which is like a big thing because like had to work in counseling. This is really weird, but I've had to work in counseling to where I can get to a point to have a planner and it doesn't like freak me out. Anyways, so you can see all my homework for the week. And basically what this does is, and art check is scheduled into it. What it does is it allows me to have a to-do list, and then at the end of that like to-do list of homework, I can start working on projects. Other than that, I came up with a different project idea, and I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I kind of want to, and my friend really wants me to.
We'll do it then.
Yeah, I don't know yet, but serial killer baseball cards.
Oh my gosh. That is such a cool idea.
Like collectible baseball cards.
Oh,
And so
cool.
right now on the list is Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Zodiac Killer, John Wayne Gacy, Jack the Ripper, and Charles Manson.
I thought you hated clowns. Why are you doing? Doesn't John Wayne Gacy have like a ton of clown stuff?
See, so what I'm gonna do, and so the
He's a
Zodiac
clown.
Killer. So I do hate clowns. So this here, I haven't started sketching yet, but in case anybody has wondered ever what Jeffrey Dahmer looks like, this is Jeffrey Dahmer. And so basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make not necessarily a faceless illustration of them, but more of like a facelet kind of like geometric outline of them, and turn that into a baseball card. I jokingly, my friends and I called Jeffrey Dahmer the people nommer. And so
That's incredible.
Oh.
Anyways, this all came from, there's a TikTok sound of these guys, and they're basically talking about like, are there serial killer baseball cards? And they're like, no, I don't think so, but you would collect them. And it's this whole thing, and I've always been like, oh, you know what, I could make them. That would be funny. And then it just kind of hit me different today, and I was like, I could make them. Why wouldn't I make them? Anyway, so like the Zodiac Killer, nobody sees his face, but he has that little symbol. So basically, the background would be like a mugshot style background, and then it would be just like a side profile of the serial killer, and then like their name at the anyways.
I just got like cool, just brainstorm vibes. Hold on, keep going. I'm gonna look something up.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, and the nice thing about it is I can do as many as I want, and then I can stop. And it's not going to be in 18 days. It's not going to be a freaking sprint. It's not going to be a million and one things. I honestly don't think I could get it approved as a school project. I might be able to get Kerr to approve it as a school project if I wanted to, like my senior project. But I don't really like right now, like I'm not thinking about school. I just think it would be fun.
Okay, I'm gonna show you something.
Okay.
I'm gonna share. I got a cool idea of Chrome tab. Okay. Do you know what the gorillas look like?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, like I just got vibes of like this album cover when you're saying like doing side view of like the serial killer. I just got this type of vibe. That'd be a cool like if you mood board it up. That'd be a
so
cool like idea to have of like just where they're kind of colorized like that.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's all.
I wish I could find Kayla McKenna.
Yeah, because you did the female like
That style.
what's
Yeah,
the word?
she did baseball cards.
Leadership. Yeah.
Yeah, so mine is like a dark version
Yeah.
of hers. But also, like, I feel like people are so fascinated with serial killers, and it would just be like a weird market for it. And
The people who would want it would be weird. Yeah.
not necessarily that, but just like, see, okay, so Caitlin, I have a misconception of what hers looked like. So not like that. I had a misremembering.
Hers
But
were
anyway,
very detailed, right?
hers are very detailed. Mine will not be.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so that's a thing that I'm considering starting. Nobody crucify me if I don't. But it's a thought. Oh, so trademarking that idea. Trademarked. That's mine.
Anybody listening to this, you don't get to do that.
Yes, you don't get to take it. They're mine. Anyways, yeah.
Cool.
That's yeah. And they could be like killer cards or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. So challenges. Emily.
I had a migraine today. It's still like touching me a little bit. Like today my window, there's snow outside and it was really bright, and then there were sunspots in my eyes and they just didn't go away for like 20 minutes, and then I was like, I can't see anything. These are migraine symptoms, but I don't have a migraine. And then I went and looked up, find out there's this thing called silent migraines where you can have symptoms of migraines but not have migraine, right? But then I looked at what actually happens in the what is it called? The aura, which is what I was experiencing, which is like a set of symptoms that happen around the migraine. That's an indicator that you're about to have a migraine. So then I had a migraine. So I had to take a nap in the middle of the day on the couch. So I did not accomplish the amount of stuff that I would have liked to today. I did like the essential stuff, but I would have liked to have not had to take a nap. And yeah. That was like the big thing, and I just wish I had more time in the day. Part of it is because I lost a couple hours today, but I just wish I had a little bit more time to do stuff. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Kiley.
Well, work has been a little hard some days. And I also got a new work schedule. So I'm a nanny, and the two parents, the mom has worked the whole time I've been there, but the dad has been looking for a job and he found a job. So my work schedule changed this week, and it's kind of kicking my butt because I have to be there like way earlier, and I have longer work days sometimes, and they're more sporadic. So it's like before it was like 8:30 to 2:30 and it was really easy. And now it's like today I worked 7 a.m. to like 2:30 p.m. Tomorrow I work like noon to like 7 p.m. Like it's really like sporadic, which is kind of tricky. Also, this isn't like a challenge per se, but it's something that's prevented me from doing art. Is my brother's visiting. He's actually chilling over there playing video games while I do this tonight. But I just like want to hang out with him all the time, obviously, because I don't get to see him. I haven't got to see him in a while. He's been at the National Guard training. So he just got home, so that's fun. And pray for me, guys. So the biggest challenge is after replacing my iPad, my Procreate still hasn't finished downloading. And like I backed up everything on Procreate, but like through the iCloud and everything, like I looked up online all the tutorials, but it's making me very nervous. And it could, like worst case scenario, I lose everything from Procreate. So I'm gonna take it back to the store iSource probably tomorrow or Thursday and be like, do you have any advice? You know, because it like, you know how when something's downloading, it kind of has like a little like thing that, so it's like more than halfway, but it's been like that for days. And I know that it has like a lot of data on it. So I was like, oh, it's just taking a while. But now it's like, okay, it's been frozen, you know? But I can't like, I don't want to like delete it and re-download it because I don't know if it'll keep my data then. So
yeah, you should talk to somebody because it probably took me like maximum an hour for my stuff. Yeah. Not to be a downer, but
no, but I know like that's what I was kind of expecting. So I'm gonna talk to them and just be like, I need this. This is all my work and my business stuff. So hopefully they're able to fix that. But that's been hard because not only am I afraid, I'm not really like thinking about it so that I don't like get over like scared about something I don't have to get scared about yet. I just don't have the mental energy to process it. But I also can't get anything done that's not like photography, like because that's what I do, and my laptop doesn't really work, which is where I use Illustrator. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of stuck. And so but yeah, those are my challenges.
That's really scary.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just a year's worth of work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Kayla?
I'm kind of chilling.
Nice.
I mean, like, besides the stuff that you know, that you guys know, that's been, like, I've decided that, like, my life is just, like, constantly at this level. And so now on the art check, if it goes above the level of constant crap, that's when I'm going to share it. So right now I'm just sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing like that sticks out to me besides like this immense amount of drama and everybody being mad at me for no reason. But yeah. I'm coping really well. I got my ears pierced.
Yeah, congratulations.
So
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm coping.
When do you get to like switch them out and stuff?
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks? See, in my head it was like 2 months.
It used to be.
Oh, really?
Where'd you get them done?
Claire's.
I got mine done at Claire's like twice.
Yeah,
got my ears pierced 3 times.
Yeah, so I got my ears all pierced, and I was like afraid that I couldn't wear these headphones. But no, I'm just. I mean, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 14 or 15 homework assignments due this week.
No.
Plus, like the 10 that were due on last Saturday. So that was a challenge, I guess. It was a bunch of homework, but scheduling doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
Like I said, my life is just like
this baseline level.
Yeah, it's like this baseline level of like, oh, what could go wrong? And then it just does. And it's like freaking awesome. And so, yeah, I'm just like at this baseline. Oh, I've been in like a PTSD attack for like a week.
What?
Yeah. No. But other than that, I'm like chilling.
It's casual.
It's casual. I'm coping.
It's so fine.
I'm coping. We're getting there.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So anyways, it's making it hard to do art.
Yeah.
Because I'm just kind of...
Why?
I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, it's really, really fun. So that was the most like...
all that was the biggest... Oh, I forgot to say.
It's a chat. I guess it's a chat. Like I said, my life is just like a baseline of like,
Yeah.
here's this crap. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. It took me 97 rounds to realize like I'm always gonna have something, so we're just gonna chill. But yeah. Anywho's, we're gonna move on.
Okay.
But next art check. Emily.
There's chaos is happening to
Hi,
Kylie.
Brandon.
He says hi.
Hi.
He's helping me find something.
I miss you. We haven't seen you guys in so long.
Say they
Hi.
miss you.
We need to play D&D again. That's
I
such
know.
that's so off topic.
I know. It's okay though. It's true though. Next time I would like to decide if I am doing more with that sketch that I did. I also actually the thing that I was going to say for also I'm going to do Friday. So yeah, I would like to touch the sketch a little bit more because I drew for like a half hour today. Because for the time where I was wanting to draw, I couldn't really see anything. So yeah, that's what I would like to do. That's all I'm going to commit to for now, but I feel like I'll probably do more, hopefully. So yeah, that's it.
I'm sorry, I'm listening. Can I go last? I'm looking at something.
Yeah, you can go last. So for me, I have a class thing. Which essentially is that I have to make a t-shirt mock-up. I have to take the picture. I have to create the mock-up. So that'll be done. And then I need to make my wedding guest book thing. And I'm like procrastinating that because it just like doesn't sound super fun. It's just like typography and some other crap.
I handed that job off to a parent to do. Be like, hey, why don't you just decide on what this is?
No, I have to so I know what it is. I just have to physically make it. Like,
that's it's like so much more effort than I put into that.
I know. It's basically just gonna be like a 24 by 36 canvas.
Okay, so it just needs to be printed.
So I need to make the design that's gonna go on the canvas.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna have a heck ton of white space, and then we're gonna leave it out, and everybody's gonna sign the canvas. And we're gonna bring the canvas to Texas and Georgia, and then everybody's gonna sign it, and then at the end, it's all gonna be a collection of all these things. So
that'll be great.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be cool. I need to make it, so hopefully by saying that I'm going to on here,
it'll happen.
I will make it. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe I'll sketch some Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I have to say, I don't actually know that. I don't know that serial killer very well. I know that he eats people.
He's a cannibal.
But I see when you say that, I think of the Rusty boy.
He heard you for sure.
He's like, what? See, like I know of I think of the Donner Party when you see Jeffrey Dahmer. But not it's the same thing, and I'm like, how did that happen? But yeah, I know that he ate people, but I don't actually know because all the podcasts that I listen to, they're always like searching for.
He's known as the Milwaukee Cannibal.
Dang.
Or the Milwaukee Monster. He was a convicted American serial killer and sex offender who committed the murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys from 1978 to 1991.
Oof.
He was a bad guy.
Oof. Yeah.
He lived to be 34.
That's it. Well, dang.
He started killing people when he was 18.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
Am I doing my math right? Yeah, I'm doing my math right. I can do mental math.
Start young.
Yeah, so he started murdering people when he was 18.
That's so bad. That like doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, he dropped out of school and he dropped out of Ohio State University and started murdering people. He was caught by the police because one of his victims escaped alive.
Ooh. See, when I hear about like living victims, I feel like so much more complicated about that. You know what I mean? Like you lived, so that's great, but also like now you got to live with that. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got murdered.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so it was homicide, severe head trauma. And he
Was it a victim?
I don't know. I think it was in jail.
Oh.
But yeah, so he was murdered at the age of 34. And he was cremated, and then his ashes were given to his parents.
Ugh.
So, anyways, there's more than you ever needed to know about Jeffrey Dahmer.
Hey, here's the real truth, guys. Horror movies can't really do it. Even like action movies with like a lot of like gore or whatever. I watched, not to like out myself as a sinner, but I watched Deadpool the other day, and I have to
that movie's so good. So
I love
if people
Deadpool.
say that you're a sinner, I'm gonna hit them. That movie
I
is
love Deadpool.
fantastic.
But like, I like any of the like violent gore, have to look away, you know, and stuff like that. Horror movies, no, but like anything like true crime, anything psychology, weird sociopaths, psychopaths, murderers, criminal minds, that type of stuff, I'm all over it.
See, this is why I'm like, because I like both, right? Like I listen to like true crime.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really weird. I haven't been listening to a lot of podcasts. This is amazing. But like it's blowing my mind that you guys can't handle, because like that stuff is so much more disturbing.
I can talk
It is.
because I can talk about serial killers. I'll be fine.
But they're
But
real.
serial killers, yeah.
But they're most of them are in jail.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Jeffrey
Let's
Dahmer.
not talk about any local cases.
We're not going to talk about local cases. I'm friends with people, and we can't do that.
That's true.
No, so there's ways to protect yourself against serial killers. Jeffrey Dahmer wouldn't eat people with tattoos because he said their skin, like, they tasted different because of the ink. So there are ways to protect yourself against. And like, here's the thing. When I'm talking about a serial killer, I'm not watching somebody like throw their hand into a blender and like getting it like mauled.
I guess.
No, I'm just talking about something. I don't know. I'm more interested in the psychology behind it versus just like, oh, this
I mean, see, like
this guy's gonna go freaking chop off people's hands and wear their skin as face masks.
So like that's so crazy to me, because like there's true crime stuff where I've been like, I need to stop. Like this is too much to me.
Yeah, I don't watch movies.
But like there's this podcast about it, and it's called like The Murder Squad, and it's done from the perspective of people who worked like police officers and detectives. And the way that they talk about it is just too detailed and too cold, because they're so used to it, of like, oh, like, let's break down why this person was given a Glasgow smile.
Like desensitized. Like.
Yeah, and it was just like, I can't, like, they're talking about all the reasons why the killer would have done that and blah, 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 and it's interesting to them. But I am like, this is too much. This is too much to me. So, yeah.
And that's why if I ever got to become a cop, then I would want to be a homicide detective, and then I would just get desensitized to all of the awfulness. I just don't like scary movies.
That's
so yeah, this is why I'm going to be squirming. This is going to be me squirming for 30 minutes.
It's kind of like along the same lines of like violent gore can't do. Where my husband is like totally desensitized from video games and he can watch shows with violent gore, whereas medical gore is interesting to me, doesn't bother me. And he's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
See, that's more like me. So like,
Also, when it's true crime, I'm seeing the aftermath. When I'm watching a horror movie, I'm
You're seeing
watching
it happen.
people get tortured.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm pretty cool with gore. There's certain like I definitely have limits. Like I've seen movies where I'm like, this is not entertainment. This is disgusting. You know what I mean? Or where like there's just like a level that I'm like, this is too much to me. And like I'm not like a sensitive stomach person, but I am like a person who like I have patches where things rub me the wrong way and it might not have before. So like anyways, but like FX side is like so cool to me. So like especially if it's like real stuff. So like last time I was talking about scary stories to tell in the dark, that was all practical, which was so cool. But it wasn't very gory. It was more of like these creatures that were made and it's a person in a bodysuit and like how is that real? But it is real. It's literally real. Like I liked the artistic side of like, wow, all the work that went into this. So like Hereditary, that one, okay. So that one is such an interesting, scary movie because
I know I haven't seen that, but I worked in a theater that showed it, so I knew the whole synopsis, so I could like warn people like if they asked what it's about or how gory it got, I like knew what to tell them.
Yeah. So like that movie is wild to me because it's not a normal horror movie. Most of the time just it's super depressing. that movie is most of the time like how are these people's lives not going to get worse? And then they do. And it's less horrific. Just they're stringing along this very confusing plotline that wraps up seconds before the movie ends. And the anyways, there's a severed head in that movie, and that was my favorite part.
Emily.
I saw it and I was like, no way, that's so amazing. Like that's my reaction to that. The rest of the movie was like, this is disturbing. Like there's like this part where like that when I watched that movie, we did sleep with the lights on like after that, not because of the gore, but because of like there's just some twisted things that happen. And I like the thing that's actually scary about scary movies is when they show you a flash of something that seems impossible and it looks disturbing, right? That's when I'm like, woo, okay, that was a lot for me. And it's more of just like, not so much, oh, the adrenaline rush of like, oh, this person is chasing this person with an axe. This is so scary. Run, 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 right?
Whoa.
But like, when you actually see something that seems a little horrific just for really quickly and it doesn't get out of your head after that, that's when I'm like, all right, this stuck with me a little bit. So like we slept with the lights on for a totally different reason and it wasn't gory and it was just very weird. And so, yeah, but anyways, there's a severed head. It was totally practical. It was like somebody made this head. It was so cool to me. So yeah, I like that aspect of it. Not gonna lie. So yeah.
Do you like the creepy dolls?
What?
The creepy doll ones?
Oh, like The Conjuring and stuff?
I don't know. I don't watch
Those ones
them.
are okay. I haven't seen all of it.
Charlie.
No, like Annabelle,
Chucky,
right?
I mean Chucky.
Oh, Chucky. I haven't seen any of those. See,
Yeah,
I
when like
haven't seen a lot of classic horror.
Charlie, that's like the one about the woman that gets cancer.
Yeah. Oh no, not that one.
Chucky, like the little. See, that's what I don't do. I don't do dolls that murder me.
Well, good. Dolls don't murder you in real life.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
With that.
My brain can already come up with so much messed up stuff. I don't need to fuel it with horror movies.
Yeah. But what about like ghost stories where it's just it's spooky, but it's not real?
No.
No?
I have listened to one ghost story and I am still haunted by it 3 years later.
Is it the humans can lick 2 one?
No, it's this one. Oh, I wish I still talked to the friend that made me listen to it. It's one about this little girl, and it's in Arizona. And I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay, give me a second.
Okay. By the way, I made this observation about myself like this week or something. Fictional characters named Emily are always in scary movies or spooky movies. So like the two that I can think of is Emily Binks from Hocus Pocus and Emily from Corpse Bride. Like she's the Corpse Bride.
It's called The Kimberly Story.
How very on brand of you.
I know. I was like, I don't mind. I don't mind. What is it called, Kayla?
The Kimberly Story.
Is it like a watchable thing?
You can listen to it.
Oh.
Basically, okay.
You don't have to tell us if you don't want
No, it's
to.
fine. Okay, so basically this like little girl gets people to go to her house where she has killed her parents and keeps them in the fridge. And then at the end of it, a cop goes down because there was like, I guess, like a bunker or something. I don't know. Anyways, he goes down and they pull up the rope to bring the cop back up, and it's been snapped, and he has yet to be found.
Wait, is this real?
And yeah, I don't know.
I was
And
gonna say, it sounds really similar to an actual real thing that I read
I think it is.
but-
I think it's real.
What?
And basically, she becomes like a dog thing. It's not a dog thing. They're in Supernatural. It's like a coyote, but it's not. Like people that like it's like a dog monster.
Werewolf.
No, I know werewolves. It's
Oh,
it's
Wendigo? Is it a Wendigo?
Yeah, a Wendigo.
Oh.
And
That's
she
in Fantastic
becomes a
Beasts and Where to
Wendigo.
Find Them.
Really?
Yeah, the book.
Oh.
She becomes a Wendigo and freaking murders people.
So she ate her parents then.
Kind of. Part of their bodies were in the fridge. So then she becomes a Wendigo, and then leftovers. And and then she winds up in jail, and she was all by herself. And then they were like, okay, she's like improving. She's not going to kill anybody. And so they put her in a cell with somebody else. And then that person gets murdered. And it's literally the most terrifying thing. And while I was listening to this, and this whole thing is that she is a ghost because like the guy that just disappeared, like his remains were never found.
Because she ate him because she was a Wendigo.
Possibly. And anyways, it's called The Kimberly Story. It's literally like, it haunts me to this day. I listened to it 3 years ago. And while I was listening to it, I was alone in an apartment with a friend.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. She wanted to listen to it. I've recently been learning to say no to things. This was 3 years ago. It's a work in progress.
Oh, man. Speaking of Wendigos, that reminds me, horror video games are like a whole thing in itself, and it's crazy, man.
While we were listening to it, we were home alone, and freaking stuff in the shower just started falling.
No, that always happens. It's so stupid that it happens.
Yeah. But anyways, I do believe that I am haunted by a ghost.
What?
Yeah.
No.
His name is Brandon.
No.
Hey. You
No.
haunting Kayla, bro?
Yeah. No, he was named Brandon 3 years ago when this ghost started haunting me, but yeah.
No.
His name's Brandon. He's really chill.
Sounds
That's
like
good.
the Brandon
He just
I
kind
know.
of kind of steal stuff sometimes. We've had stuff show up in apartments that I've lived in that actually don't belong to anybody in the apartment. They've just shown up.
I think he's an imp, not a ghost.
I'm sorry. Brandon, the thieving ghost. I'm a fan. Yeah, it sounds more like an imp too, yeah.
And he like stuff just like randomly. There was one time where we were like just sitting there and this picture frame, I kid you not, just goes off the wall and just goes poof, and then falls.
No.
It literally just goes like it's pushed forward and then falls.
When people talk about real ghost stories, that's when I get like really like, ooh, like this is the limits of my scaredness.
I gave him a name because I wanted him to like think that we were chill so he didn't kill me, because there was one time where I was sitting on a couch and I like just got up and I got up and I was walking to the kitchen and this huge picture frame, you can't see my hands. This picture frame like this big and it's like freaking heavy. Just like slams right where I was sitting.
No. See, that's a thing.
And now people wonder why I don't watch scary movies. I already live in one.
When like they say like when you're communicating with a spirit with a Ouija board, like you're supposed to say goodbye afterwards so that they don't mistake for like we're hanging out now. Like but like yeah, real stuff I'm like heck no, I'm out, right? Like I would never touch a Ouija board. I'm too stitious for that. Like I'm not gonna test those waters, and you know what I'm saying? Anyways.
Like
but
there's truth behind it. So
I've never played with a Ouija board. I don't know why he started haunting me. But it started my first semester of college here in Idaho.
And he's either a poltergeist, because he likes you, he keeps hanging out with you, or an imp.
What's an imp?
It's like a bad fairy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fallen
mischievous? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever he is. He once I gave him a name, he kind of chilled out.
Honestly, he sounds like a real cool kid. Like what a cool bro. Tell him he's free to come steal stuff from me all the time. Not from me, but for me.
You know, I had a freaking picture frame get pushed off a wall very violently yesterday. Maddie was there, and honestly,
what was the picture of?
The temple.
No.
That atheist ghost.
It was the temple, and it was very violent and scared the heebies out of me. But anyway, yeah. See, that's the thing. I can talk about my ghost. We're chill. When it's real world, I'm fine. But if a freaking doll in a movie starts coming at the screen, I'm out. Yeah, Maddie was there. His name is Brandon. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, that's real stuff is where I'm like, So like the limits of like a YouTuber that's like, I'm ghost hunting. This is real because I don't have anything to gain from this. You'll watch it anyways, right? Or like, and something actually happens. Or where they like break down like, this is what happened at this place, and now I'm gonna go visit it. That's when I'm like, ooh, don't die, please stop. No, like that's when I'm like, like I'm gonna sit through this, but I'm slightly damaged, you know. So
it does really interest me. Like I think honestly, Emily, when it comes down to it, I feel like you're the more logical, because like I shouldn't be like totally fine with real ghosts and things, but like
and then not want to see a face,
like haunted houses or like scary movies. But I'm okay with like real true crime, and, like real psychopaths and like psychology like that. Like,
you know what it is?
You're smarter.
You know what it is?
What is it?
Kiley and I can't filter the difference between the movie and like what actually is. And so when we go to haunt, and this is me putting words in Kiley's mouth, so I could be completely wrong, but at least for me, like when I go to a haunted house, I don't understand that those things aren't going to legit get me later.
Yeah.
Or like whenever I'm watching a movie, with, you know, a creepy doll or whatever, like the movie ends, but for me, that doesn't end.
And I think that's fair. Like, that's a little bit of that for everybody. Like an actual good scary movie is meant to stick with you a little bit longer than you just watching it. So, like, The Grudge, years, man. I was like, I feel really uncomfortable in all white bathrooms because some kid that's like is gonna come out of the corner or whatever, right? But like, or I like the goal of that movie was to make you feel uncomfortable in places you shouldn't ever feel uncomfortable in, like your bed or like your place of work, things that like are normal. You should like feel safe there. Now you don't because you watched The Grudge.
Yeah.
But like, so that's real. That's like a totally fine thing. But yeah,
I honestly feel like a large part. Okay, when I watch like true crime, things like that, it's really just fascinating to me. Like for a long time, I wanted to be a forensic anthropologist. Psychology really interests me because I have my own psychological problems, you know, and I just like understanding how people's minds work. And so when I watch something that's like a true crime show or something, I'm just like, oh, interesting, like, and really picking up on those types of things. Here's the flip side of that, and part of the reason why I love like how other people's minds work is I have been told by my therapist that I'm a definition empath, and so I just like really absorb all the feelings that other people are feeling, and that goes for like movies. Like when I'm watching a movie, I have a really hard time like disconnecting my feelings from like the feelings that are happening on the show. And so like I get so overwhelmed so easily with all movies. That's why I pretty much exclusively watch comedies or like rom-coms. Like those, like always those will be my choice because I'm like, those are happy, all the other ones are awful.
See, I like the thought process, and this is going to be like super weird for me to say, but bear with me. I like the thought process behind like serial killers and all this stuff because whenever you read their backstories, it's always like, oh, they were like abused as a kid or like all of these things, okay? And from like the time I was like, and so
you're doing great, sweetie.
No. And so people would always be like I would go to counseling and stuff. And people were like, I'm really surprised you turned out the way you did. And I was always like, okay, whatever. And then I started watching Criminal Minds and I was like, oh,
I could have been so messed up.
I get it now. I could have been a serial killer. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my whole thing. So serial killers fascinate me because I'm like, I wonder why like me and them went separate separate directions.
The truth is that those people are still trash bags and you're not. Like, they had a terrible childhood. Full accountability for killing people though. So like the thing is, and like a lot of serial killers, it comes from like disrespect of a type of person. So like a lot of women get killed, they're totally sexist most of the time, right? Like they want to control women, and this woman rejected him, so she must die now. But like, the fact of the matter is, yes, they had terrible circumstances, but they are currently trash humans, and you're not a trash human. You're a good one.
No. Anyways, it's just it's more fascinating to me. Like the serial killer, all of that stuff is fascinating. The horror movies they're not made to fascinate you, they're made to scare you.
Yeah, they're made to
scare you. So like the only thing I know about it is that he sticks a kid's hand in a blender and turns the blender on and it like rips up the kid's hand and then he kills him.
Is this the new one or the old one?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Isn't there an It and an It 2?
Those are the new ones. There's one from
the new
70s though.
The new ones.
With what's his name? Tim Curry played it. And he looked way less like a scary clown and more like a normal clown.
It? I can't. No, I was gonna look it up to show, but I'm not going to because
I read it, but I stopped reading it because it was I was reading it as a pastime for donating blood, and then I stopped donating blood, so I forgot to keep reading.
See, I could never read that.
Well, see, the thing is, it isn't actually a clown. It's an alien, and it is like shapeshifter, and it was like, oh, I'm here to lure children like clowns, and so that's what that was. But he took the form of other things, and then there'd be like, and there's this random balloon here, and it kind of just all the motifs tie together, like, oh, it's it, but it took the form of something else, and then sometimes it's a clown, but yeah, so that's what it is. You probably didn't want to hear as much as I told you, but to help, it's not a clown. You should be afraid of killer aliens and monsters.
That helps.
Yeah, not clowns.
No, I'm
Killer
afraid of
clowns from outer space.
Clowns?
See, those are also aliens.
Clowns
you should be afraid
are-
of aliens.
Clowns are scary. Clowns are terrifying. They are no. Just even thinking about a clown.
They're like heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Well,
See, this top,
yeah.
I'm just squirming around. But yeah. Oh, I can deal with like real life, but like on that TV, nope.
it's funny. See, I'm like, I mean, like horror is kind of like a wanting bad things for you, because sometimes I'm like, let's watch something scary, and then like now this thing is ruined for me. So like one thing that I saw was As Above, So Below. I think that's what it's called. It's all underground in the catacombs in France, in Paris. And basically, like, they walk into, like, hell. And, like, they try to get out, but everybody keeps dying in the caves. And anyways, so now every time that I go looking for iron in Minecraft underground, just in Minecraft, I'm like, I gotta go. Where's Tim? I lost him. I'm never gonna get out of here. So,
Okay, but that's like everyone when we're mining in Minecraft. It's so scary.
It's a legit fear of like, I'm never gonna get out.
Yeah.
Tim and I just like dig up and hope
That's what
that
we do.
gravel or sand doesn't make us
Falls.
suffocate. But like, yeah, so like gravel and sand, if you drop the block underneath it, it falls. So if you're digging up and you hit gravel, it'll all just and fall on you.
Oh, fun.
But if you put down a little candle thing, what are they called? Torch? A torch? If you
Torches.
put down a torch, it won't, it'll break on that block. So you're safe. But yeah.
See, I play Minecraft with Jacob, and he keeps it on day the whole time that I'm in it. So
Yeah.
this way I don't get the creepy things.
Well, they're not bad though, because they're all like,
And then,
you know.
yeah, and then he goes down, and while he's down there, he like turns it on to where people can come kill and like try and kill him. But no, scary game like that. Yeah, what freaks me out, the game that freaks me out the most is a VR game.
Ooh, but those are so good. They're haunted
Have you-
houses.
Yeah.
They're on
There's
demand. On demand. Scary houses.
I have a headset. I would love for you to try this one.
I
You
played
put on the
Five Nights
headset.
on it.
Nope. It's a simulation, so you can't control anything that's
Can't
going
move or
on. You
anything,
get into an elevator, you hit 666. And then it says, this is not suitable for children. You have to hit the red button.
Yeah.
And then the elevator shuts, reopens. Spiders are crawling all over you. A giant one jumps out. You get like drilled in by this dentist. It is the worst. If Maddie is still watching, she has done it. I have done it. And it is literally the worst thing in the world.
I've definitely, like, at the very least, watched playthroughs of way worse video games for sure. Like
That's the
Outlast
thing.
is nuts.
When you're watching somebody do it, you're like, oh, okay, whatever. It can't be that
Yeah.
bad. And then the thing with VR is that it takes away all of your other senses.
Yeah.
And so literally just like, yeah, it's just this terrifying little world that you're in.
Yeah, the scary video games are like really fun. They're my limits of like, oh, that was really scary. I don't know if I want to go to the next room. But like I got really into Resident Evil, which isn't actually that scary. It's a zombie game and I love zombie games, but it's got like jump scares in it. And like there's big bosses that are big monsters and stuff like that.
See, so do you like jump scares?
Oh, I don't mind at all.
'Cause-
They don't stick with me, right? Like it was there. What happens with a jump scare is what I'll usually do is I'll scream/yell. I have like a yell scream, not like a scream. It's like a ah, and then I'll probably start laughing at myself. So, yeah.
So I can't play the scary games or watch the scary movies because I know that something's bad is going to happen. I just don't know when, and I can't handle that.
Suspense.
Yeah, the suspense is crazy, and that's what kind of makes me chicken out of like, because I'm the only person in this video game. Like, there's no other person to be like, hey, let's go. I'm gonna pretend to be brave. Let's do this. Like,
there's no mom friend override available.
But like, if I'm in a video game, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So yeah, like, there's definitely like, there's games that I haven't finished. Like, I didn't finish Dead Space because I couldn't. Like, I mean, we were borrowing it anyway, so I didn't finish it. But like, that was nuts to me.
Have you heard of At Dead of Night?
No. I haven't. Is it? Well, so I only have an Xbox, so I don't have like the VR, and I don't have the PlayStation.
I know it's not VR.
Maddie,
what is it?
I've been into that like Resident Evil stuff. That one's been good. They like the later ones, they went like legit horror with it. Where it's just it's scarier. The first ones aren't like scary, but it's a scary setting. But yeah, I've watched Outlast. I don't think I'd pay for Outlast because I've already watched it. And there's like a lot of adult content in that. But like that one's crazy. Bought it on Steam. See, okay. See, I've got like the Mac laptop. Half of the stuff on there doesn't work. I had Emily Wants to Play. Also another Emily that's scary. Emily Wants to Play is a like kind of cheap game. And you're in this house, you're this pizza guy who dropped off the pizza. I don't know why you went inside if nobody answered the door, but you did. And there's just like these dolls in the house, and they want to kill you, but they have like functions like the first doll that you see, if you look at it when she giggles, then she doesn't kill you. But if you can't find her in time, then she'll kill you. And so it's stuff like that. And there's like 4 dolls, and they all have
Kylie and I are just wide-eyed.
That's so funny to me because it's like it's kind of hokey.
No.
So there's just like, so the thing is, the lights will turn off in the rooms without you turning them off. You have to go.
It sounds like
on. And so for some of them, that's a really big thing. So for this doll, where you need to look at her while after she giggles, and you can't see because the lights are off, that's when you die. But really, all that happens is a jump scare. Like their face gets bigger, the game starts over.
I watched a YouTuber, Brandon Ferris, play Five Nights at Freddy's.
I have Five Nights.
And I did not understand what Five Nights at Freddy's was about.
The VR version is so cool. Continue.
No, thank you. But basically, like, you're in a room, and then, like, you're walking around the house, and you have to put the flashlight on the specific animals before they kill you.
Oh, you're talking about, like, the prequel one.
What is Five Nights at Freddy's?
So Five Nights is you're a security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Basically Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
And the animatronics, at night, they get up and they move by themselves. And if they see you not in an animatronic costume, they're going to think you're like the little skeleton that's not in the thing. They'll try to shove you into a costume and you'll die. But they don't show that part. They just show them lunging at you. But anyways, so you're in this room. All you have is like the security streams of the different rooms. And you have like doorways on either side that they can come in through. So you have to close the doors in time if they're coming, but you need to know where they are to know that. And then once the doors are closed, there's little lights that turn on. There's like a window on the other side. You can see if they're still there. And if they're not there anymore, you can turn off the light, turn on the door. But you can't leave the door closed the whole time because you have a limited amount of power. So if you do that, you'll lose also because Freddy Fazbear will just come for you if the power goes out. So, yeah. It's great. It's and so basically, and it's crazy because it's all just like still images. There's very few things that actually move in that game. You just click on a camera and it's a live feed, but it's just got some like noise that's moving, and that the animatronic is just standing there, and then the camera will cut out and it will be gone. So they didn't even like animate very much. But it was a very poignant game to young people for a very long time, and you can still like get costumes for it at Spirit of Halloween and stuff. So yeah, and there's a ton of them. Five Nights at Freddy's.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's great. And there's like a ton of them. They get more complicated. So like the other ones, they built in more, there was more of a budget, I guess. And so you see them move. They introduce new characters. They introduce a lot of lore. They like build lore around the whole thing of like, this is why the animatronics do this and blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a big thing. It's a very big, like my little sister was so into Five Nights, and yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I did not know what you're talking about, so I had to like look.
Yeah, Five Nights is great, and the VR version is amazing because it's Five Nights at Freddy's 1. It's just still images. It's really like low production, and this one is you can actually see them move. So it's cool. It brings a new level to a game that is really didn't have, it's literally two-dimensional. So yeah, it's great. Anyways.
I don't know. It freaks me out. It freaks me out. Like I said, it's a doll.
That would freak me out. Here's the thing. I honestly could do scary movies. I really could. I just know that it makes me feel not good for a long time afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like really drained. So I don't choose to watch them. Scary movies I can't do is like satanic, like, you know,
I don't like
Ouija
those
board
very
crap. Like Hereditary kind of freaked me out just because of the
Yes.
theme of it, you know?
Yeah.
But
I catch your drift, but at the same time, the whole movie, you have no idea what it's about.
that's fair. I mean, I read the whole movie synopsis from the beginning, and so I was like, I knew exactly what it was about, and I was like, no thanks.
Yeah, see, so you go through the whole movie and you're like, oh, this is like
unfortunate.
This is unfortunate. And you go, oh, this is a ghost story. And then you go, oh, this is a haunting, you know, and then you go, wait, no, it's not. What is this? And then at the very end, you're like,
oh,
okay.
That's interesting.
I didn't know that this was about this.
I guess I can see that then. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's a lot more bearable, but like satanic stuff, I'm like, this isn't necessary. This is too much, you guys. Like, possession is different, but like if it's literally like, there's a certain level where it's just like, it depends on the level of depravity, I think. If there's too much depravity, I'm like, I don't need to watch this, you guys. This is just sickening. This isn't entertaining to me. It's just bad. Like, honestly, just terrible all the time.
So there's a show on Netflix called Lucifer. I
Mhm.
love it. It's so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend to anyone. I really would. It's so good. Here's the thing. The first few seasons, like, were, I can't even remember what, like, network it was on. And then Netflix bought it. And so they took the next 2 seasons. And I'm like,
Did they go all out with it?
yeah, they like kind of like how they did with Sabrina. Like they made it really like dark and stuff.
All
And
out.
so it was like basically the whole gag in Lucifer is that it's really Lucifer, the devil, came to live on Earth, decides to become like a detective. And it's actually really funny. Like I was like, I don't know, is this gonna be satanic? Super not satanic. Like it makes a bunch of like jokes, you know?
Mhm.
But it's actually not like, it's not bad or like distasteful. I think it's just like funny, you know, and clever.
Yeah.
Really, really clever writing. Loved it. And then all of a sudden, this Netflix bought it, and all of a sudden there were like bad, creepy priests and like devil worship circles. And like they still maintain the gag of like Lucifer would walk in and be like, "What are you're worshiping me? This is not what I want," you know, and stuff.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it just like got really dark, and I loved the show, and so I was so bummed, and so I hate it when that happens. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the movie that I watched where I was like, that was I don't need that. But it was like it wasn't most of the time I'm like, I'm not even scared. I just didn't like it. You know what I mean? Wasn't even that scary. It was just it was like it was one of those like what is it called? Exorcism. It was an exorcism thing. But it was just like at the end of it, I was like, I just didn't like that. It rubbed me too wrong in too many ways. And I think it's fine in other movies or whatever. Like, I'm not like opposed to that genre, but I don't like it when there's a certain level of just, I guess, depravity. Yeah. I'm just like, nah, that was too much for me. And I can't relate to this anymore. Blech. Yeah. Anyways, we're over.
Yeah,
So-
sorry. I had to deal with something. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Thank you for letting me talk about scary stuff for a
You're
whole
welcome.
episode.
You're welcome.
Great.
What I hear is that this means that I get to talk about Marvel for a whole episode.
Aren't you doing that for the 100th episode?
No, you're making me relate it to art.
Yeah, but
You didn't have to
rank.
relate horror to art.
Yeah, I did. Said the
How?
artistry behind FX is beautiful. I love seeing the severed heads.
You talked about it for one.
for one patch, right? But we got distracted. Of course, we got distracted. I'll let you talk about it for. How about just like I would be fascinated to see the art side of it, but of course, I'm not going to be there for prep. You are.
That's
So.
true. All right. Thursday we're having Kerr on.
Yes. We're having Kerr on. We're going to talk about comics because of IRS Agency, their new show, indie review show. Yeah.
Yes.
It'll be great.
So I'm excited for that. So we will definitely be live streaming. If you want to find my stuff, go to @thecomeback_KLD. I am on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to find Emily's stuff, go to @Guminelli. She is on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That is her website handle. All of it. Everything is Guminelli. If you want to find Kiley's stuff, go to @KyleyLee.creative. Ronnie was promoting his show in the chat. It also happens on Thursdays. The Terrifying Horror Comics Review Show, talking about the art, writing, and how scary it is, on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So his show starts at 7 our time. We go live at 7:30. So you can check out both of them. And then, like we said, irsagency.com. Corey Kerr and Joshua Kemble go live once a week on Monday nights, and they talk about comics and indie things. Is next week Lady Killer?
I don't know that I've just checked at their website and I think they might have changed the schedule, but the next one also looks cool. So I am on this vein very excited for Lady Killer though. Looks very gory. So yeah.
So anyways, that all being said, I almost hit the leave studio button instead of end broadcast. Bye, guys.